Hi guys, today's video is a little bit different of course. I usually do cover DBD, but today this is about VHS. If you don't already know, VHS is a 4v1 asymmetrical horror game with 4 teens and 1 monster. The goal is for either side to kill each other, teens with 4 unique stigmas and 1 monster with their abilities. It's similar, but not at all the same when it comes to DBD. Now, before you jump into VHS, here's why you can't really compare the two. Usually when players come in from DBD to VHS, it can be a hit or miss, which is understandable. But on the miss side, it usually leads to some frustration when they realize you can't exactly apply the logic of DBD to the game. So here's how that works. Number 1, camping and tunneling do not work. If you try to apply pressure in terms of VHS, camping and tunneling flat out just does not work as well as you think. Because in VHS, teens can craft weapons, if you decide to camp a down teen, they can easily craft weapons to stun or wound you, unlike DBD where you can only hope to lure the killer away really. The same goes for tunneling too. Teens can just craft more weapons to stun or wound, and then the game just progresses on. Number 2, you can take your time in VHS. A lot of DBD is focused on completing gens/stopping gens at a certain speed with limited challenges or objectives to do, which is why matches typically average out around 15 minutes or so. Meanwhile, in VHS, the pace of the game isn't necessarily set in stone with that. You can craft as many weapons as you want, get as many stuns as you want, attempt to win the monster as many times as you want, amongst other things. So in this aspect, taking your time is actually a lot more worth it in VHS, and being aggressive is a thing, but it's nice to know that you can relax as well. Number 3, hiding or no interaction does not work either. During a match, if a teen hasn't been hit, or if the monster hasn't been stunned or wounded, there's a mechanic called the Rift, and when captured, it allows either side to see the auras of one another for quite some time. With the most recent changes though, we also now have the mechanic called the Super Rift. It's the same thing as the regular Rift, but once captured by a teen, it deals a random wound to the monster, and for monster, they become enraged and they see the auras of the teens for a longer duration. Number 4, perks in VHS enhance the game, but don't make or break it unlike DBD. This makes it so much easier on new players too. In any new game, there's bound to be a learning curve, but with the previous grind of DBD, and I say previous because this system is finally getting scrapped and overhauled soon, there were over 200 perks to learn, test, and grind for with the make and break ability. That's pretty rough on newer players, especially for those that are just casual. Lastly, we should remember that despite both DBD and VHS being in the same genre of a 4v1 asymmetrical horror game, we shouldn't really pit these two amazing games against each other. Different people will obviously have different opinions, and that's fine. Some people may prefer DBD, and some people may prefer VHS, or both. But we should all be respectful because two things can exist and both be good. They don't have to compete against each other. And to solidify this, there's even screenshots of both companies showing love to each other on Twitter, which was super wholesome in my opinion. And that's basically all for the video, but I just felt like I needed to make this video to clarify some things because as a DBD player that has over 5,000 hours, I can see the similarities, of course, but I think that a lot of people don't really want to give newer ASIMs a chance, or a lot of the time they try to say, oh my god, it's going to be the DBD killer and things like that. But I just feel like VHS is one of the ASIMs that I've played that's very refreshing, very fun, and has a really great tight-knit community as well, and the devs are wonderful people. So don't let, your thoughts about DBD, etc., or like maybe a disdain for DBD overcloud your judgment when it comes to something newer. I think you guys should all give VHS a try. The game is currently in beta right now, early access is around the corner, and not to mention it's also free. I've been putting a lot of my time into VHS recently, and since I do love it, I think I'm actually going to start creating more VHS content. So if you guys would like to see more, make sure that you also subscribe, like, and share the video, because I actually do enjoy both games, DBD and VHS.
You scared me, okay? You're a little dull.
味は嘘をついてる味だぜ。
I'ma make you pop like that.